So hey there, welcome back to a brand new Python series video. In this video we are going to see how to write your very first code of your Python program in your Visual Studio Code IDE. So this is the second video of our series Python tutorial for beginners. I kindly request you to subscribe our channel by clicking the red color subscribe button below and press the bell icon and set it to all so that you'll never miss a video from us. Your support is very much needed to make this series a grand success. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So now let's get into our monitor screen. You can see my monitor screen showing over here. So now let's open our VS Code editor. I'm using VS Code editor. You can choose any other different code editors of your choice like PyCharm or something else. It's completely fine and it's not going to be a problem. So now let's create a new file. For that, I'm just creating a new folder in my computer. I'm gonna name it tutorials. So I'm selecting this folder. Now we are going to create a new file in this folder. Let's name it first Python program.py. Whenever you create a Python file, you just have to give the extension .py so that it will be saved as a Python file. So coming to the Python syntax, it is completely easy to read and understand, unlike other programming languages. But there are a couple of things to be kept in your mind while writing your first Python program. So now here I'm just gonna print some value over here, probably code Conflux. So this is our first line of code. Now when we execute this, we can see our result here, code Conflux. So we are successful in writing our first line of code in Python program. But now coming to the other topics, Python indentation. Indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of code line, whereas in other programming languages, indentation is for readability and optional, but in Python it is very important. I'll give an example for it. I'm going to write if-else statement here. If phi space phi is equal to phi, or else we'll just give true. Then we should print yes, it is true, or else we'll just give it true. So now let's run it. So we are getting here true. What if this space is not given in this code line? Let's try it. You get an error over here. So as I said you earlier, indentation is very important in Python. Now let's try another case. So this indentation is given properly. I want to print a one more line, so I'm giving one more indentation and printing like false. So you can see it also shows an error over here, the same error which we got for not leaving some space at the beginning of the code line. So this is about the indentation topic. Now let's move on to the Python comments. How do we comment in a Python program? I'm gonna erase this all. Commenting in Python is very easy, and it is also not a complex thing or something. Actually we use comments to declare, or we use comments to explain a code or a block of code about what it does or readability purposes. So here in Python we just use a hashtag before the comment and we'll write a comment next to the hashtag, writing a Python code for first time. And the next line I'm going to print like hello world, and you will see that this particular line of the code will not be executed by the interpreter of the Python. Let's run it, and you see that we get only the result which we wanted, hello world. So this is how we comment in a Python program. But this is only about the single line comment. What about multi-line comments? Coming to the multi-line comments, in Python there is no option for multi-line commenting, but there's a trick for it. I'll just show you now. Let's erase them all. Let's type like print. I'm just going to use only print in this video tutorial. Next tutorials will be easier for you if you understand this. I have written this 4 times, and now I just wanted to print like only code Conflux. So I just don't want to print this 5 lines of the code. Here I'll be using a trick for this multi-line commenting. I'll just use single quotes, 3 single quotes, and just put this all into them. Here you can see, so now I have a string over here. Actually it is a string according to Python language. So when I execute this, you see that I get only code Conflux. What about these things? So here actually Python recognizes this as a string. As this string is not assigned to any other variable, Python just ignores it and only this line of the code will be executed. So that's all about Python's commenting. Now let's move on to Python's variable. How do we assign a variable in a Python? Here for example, I'm using a variable called x is equal to 5. So one thing you have to keep in your mind that whenever you declare a variable in Python, a value must be assigned to it, or else you cannot declare a variable in Python. Python has no option to declare a variable, or Python has no command to declare a variable. Whenever you declare a variable in Python, you should assign a value to it. So here I'm assigning x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 10. Like z is equal to x plus y, print z. So this is gonna print the sum of the 2 variables x and y, which carries the value 5 and 10. So now let's run it. You can see the answer is 15. So this is how the basic working model of Python is. If you notice this video carefully, I didn't use any semicolon after ending a Python statement. It's because of Python's simplicity. So it is not needed to use a semicolon after ending of a statement. But in this new update of Python's 3.11, we can use semicolon as an option, or we can leave it as it is. So it's not going to make a big difference over them. It's not going to show an error. But now we can also use a semicolon if needed, or else. So writing the program without semicolon is better according to my opinion. So that wraps our tutorial, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video and learned something new about the Python program. In the next video, we'll see more about variables and data types and many other things. A lot more is going to come. Request you to give a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, set it to all so that you'll never miss a video from us. So your support is very much needed. As I said earlier, your support is going to make this video reach a big height. So thank you for watching this video. Until next video, stay tuned. Bye.